You might notice in VS Code the foreground and background colors of PowerShell's command write host don't quite look right. Well, in this episode, we're going to find out why, and we're going to fix that. Welcome everybody, my name's Jason Yoder. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and I have taught over 400 classes around the world. Half of those were PowerShell. So I've got a lot of questions people ask me, and that's what this channel's about, the questions I get in my IT classes. So what I do in PowerShell is I really put some emphasis in moving people from the PowerShell ISE into VS Code because it does have some pretty cool advantages to it. But yeah, it's not as easy to configure to get a customized interface. So what we're going to do is we're going to address a couple of those issues. Here I have an instance of VS Code running, and truth be told, I don't like the default colors. Instead, I've got my favorite theme, and that theme is the Winter is Coming theme. For me, it's just a little bit easier on the eyes. But we have to understand when you add a theme, it could change the default colors. Well, I can tell you whether I've got this theme on or not. Yeah, VS Code doesn't quite show those colors correctly. Let's take a look. So I'm going to do a write host, welcome to PowerShell, foreground color green, background color dark cyan, and we definitely see the dark cyan on the background color, but the foreground color is black. Well, that's not right. So I'm going to create a little color grid here. Now, you can access the foreground colors and the background colors by an integer from 0 to 15. So when I run this code, all that's going to do is create a little grid of colors, of different foreground and background colors. And we're going to be using this so we can watch some of the adjustments to the colors that we're about to make. So we're going to go into the settings. I'm going to go up here under File, Preferences, Settings. And then up here in the upper right hand corner, you're going to see this little icon. It's the piece of paper with an arrow on it. Go ahead and click on that. This is going to bring up the JSON file that's controlling our settings. Now, going through some of the documentation on VS Code's display, there's a setting that's in place to try and create contrast in the colors. And because of that, sometimes these colors lose their saturation or just do something weird. So here in the setting files, I'm going to add new settings. So at the end, I'm going to do a comma, and then I'm going to put in terminal integration minimum contrast ratio. Now I'm going to press Control S to save the file. Let's focus down in on that color grid and watch what happens. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the color grid totally changed. So we're actually able to see our greens, our yellows, but I can see, man, dark yellow is really hard to distinguish on this particular color grid. I think we better do a little bit more work. I mean, the red is more of a dark peachy color. It's kind of weird. So let's customize this. So I'm going to add in another setting. So I'm going to do, let's see, it's going to be workbench color customizations. And then we're going to open up a little script block here. And now we can type in our color customizations. Terminal.ansiBlack. Now, what you can see there is that it created these values. It created two Fs, 0, 0, 0, 0. The first two Fs represent the hexadecimal value for red. The next two zeros are green. The next two zeros are blue. And what I did here, it lit up, yes, I know it says black FF, so that turned the red all the way on. So we can fix this by simply going in here and changing that to black. Or if you want to have a little more fun, you can actually click here and choose what color you want black to actually be. Now, obviously, in our case, we're going to take it all the way down to black. Setting these up does take a little bit of work. So if you check the description below, I'm going to include the content I'm about to paste into the screen. All right, now let's go ahead and press Control S to save. And again, let's keep an eye on that color grid. 3, 2, 1, and boom. All right, now we have much more deeper saturations in our colors. Now let's say I'm looking at this, I don't like the bright cyan color, so all I have to do is just go up here All right, and then maybe we're going to make this a little bit of a darker purple there. There we go. Okay, that's the one I like. Perfect. Now all I have to do is press Control S and bam, everything is updated. And that's it. If you want me to come out to your organization, or if you want to attend one of my online training classes, email me at training@mctexpert.com. Take care, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.